It's the one we've been waiting for. Final game of the tournament. The NWAC softball game between the top two teams, and it's the number 1 seed North Idaho Cardinals and the number 2 seed Mount Hood Saints as they rematch from a game they played yesterday. Mount Hood won 8-3. They are still unbeaten at 4-0. North Idaho had to go into an elimination game. They played Lower Columbia. They were down 9-0. Came back and won 11-9 in the bottom of the 7th, and they are heading to the championship game here against the Mount Hood Saints, who are the home team at 4-0. North Idaho at 4-1. It should be a fun matchup here today, as only the third loss that North Idaho has this season. Losses have come against these Mount Hood Saints. And for the Saints, they have rolled through this NWAC tournament, defeating Yakima Valley 8-3, shutting out Columbia Basin 4-0, and shutting out Wenatchee Valley on Friday 2-0. And again, the only game they played yesterday was that 8-3 victory against North Idaho. We'll get to the starting lineups and the umpires and all the information as we will send it to our public address announcement. Just hear a few more things about the game. Saints have won 6 in a row. They have won the tournament off their 2-game win streak to end the regular season in their finale against the Centralia Trailblazers. And again, the North Idaho Cardinals, they were riding a 37-game winning streak up until yesterday when they fell to the Mount Hood Saints 8-3. For championship softball here on a free and cool Sunday here at Delta Park. The clouds have covered the sunlight. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. It's perfect weather for baseball as we send it live to public address announcement. Hensley.
Good morning, softball fans, and welcome to the NWAC Softball Championship Final at Delta Park. All right, this championship matchup will feature the North Idaho Cardinals Mount Hood Saints. Now, before we introduce the teams, we'd like to thank the partners of the NWAC Softball Championship, Baden Sports, Devo Bats, and E-Team sponsor, Hometown Ticketing, Huddle, and our host from the South region, Clackamas, and Mount Hood Community College. In collaboration with Sport Oregon, Travel Portland, the City of Portland, and Portland Parks and Rec. Now, the 3 core principles of the NWAC are character, competition, and community. The NWAC encourages you as a fan to enjoy the competition, cheer on the athletes, and respect all of those involved. Good sportsmanship is at the core of competition, and the NWAC asks that you please swearing and using any derogatory remarks. And streaming of this game from any personal device will be allowed. And failure to adhere to these responsibilities may be cause for removal. All right, please line up on the foul line in front of their respective benches. And we also ask everyone that's able to please rise and remove your hats for the presentation of colors by the Battleground High School JROTC and the singing of our national anthem by. And please remain standing until the colors are retired.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we fought were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much, Battleground High School, ROTC, and of course, Seamus.
Coaches meet at home plate to exchange lineups, have a conversation with the umpires, and we will get the starting lineups for both these teams from public address announcer Albert Hensley in just a few moments. But a few notes here as North Idaho remains unbeaten in the tournament. So if North Idaho wins this game, there will be a second game, winner take all championship elimination at 1:15 approximately, probably about 30 to 45 minutes after of the first game. But again, that is only if North Idaho wins this game. If the Saints win, it's all over, and the Saints are 2024 NWAC champions and 3 seasons. All right, we're going to send it back live to Puck Dresser Albert Hensley as he is about to announce the starting lineups for both teams.
And now the moment you've all been waiting for. Final. Featuring the Cardinals and the Mount Hood Saints. Meet the visitors with a record of 44-3, the North Idaho Cardinals. And now the non-starters in numerical order. Number 3, 3, Delaney Gosh. Number 4, Caroline Pfeiffer. Number 6, Hayden Yamaguchi. Number 8, Taylor Thomas. Number 9, Haley Hillman. Number 11, Kennedy Jewell. Number 16, Jalen. Number 17, Brooklyn Woolenwaber. Number 22, Summer McKinster. And now the starters. Number 1, Faith Nichols. Number 2, Sophia Solberg. Number 5, Carly Kostoff. Number 7, Kennedy Hobson. Number 10, Hale. Number 12, Emily Schulhauser. Number 13, Corinne Duran. Number 15, in the circle pitching, number 20, Christine Schmidt. Number 23, Connie Korak. Chapman, and assisted by Megan Carver and Kelsey. And now the home team with a record of 45-4, the Mount Hood Saints. All right, first, non-starters in numerical order. Number 3, Lizzie Bruckmiller. Number 6, Savannah Yates. Number 10, Macy Tovar. Number 12, Kaylee Davis. Number 13, Naturel Perez. Number 15, Camille Schmitz. Number 18, Olivia Elrod. Number 19, Julia Jordan. Number 28, Bella Carrazzo. Number 30, Mariah Frederick. And of course, number 3, Lil. And now the starters. Number 1, Izzy. Number 5, Brenna Wilson. Number 7, Ava Carroll. In the circle, pitching for the Saints, number 9, Sarah Martin. Number 11, Hope Burke. Number 14, Jasmine Barella. Number 20, Jasmine Lara. Number 26, Foreman. Number 33, Madison Walker. Number 44, Gina Allen. Led by head coach Brittany Hendrickson. And assisted by Taylor Gould, Kaylee Grahn, and Ryan Snowadsky. The umpires for this game in the field are third base, Shane Buckenogan, Trina Barber, and behind the plate, Chad Smith. All right, what do you say we play some NWAC Championship softball?
All right, Albert, thank you very much. He read them in numerical order, but leading off for the North Idaho Cardinals will be number 7, Kennedy Hobson. Again, Sarah Martin is on the mound for behind the plate catching. Peyton Foreman is on first. Madison Walker is on second. Jasmine Lara on third. Gina Allen in short. And then the outfield, Hope Burke in left. Ava Carroll in center. And Brenna Wilson in right. Following Kennedy Hobson will be number 10, Hayden Rockwell. And third on the list is number 23, Connie Korak, as we are just about ready for the first pitch of this championship game, perhaps a championship doubleheader. But the Mount Hood Saints look to say not so fast, as we are just about. Hobson will step into the batter's box, and we are just a second away here as Sarah Martin in the windup, and we are underway in the NWAC Championship as the first is taken in for a called strike. It's 0-1. Oh, 0-1 the count here to Kennedy Hobson. Next pitch is dribbled into right field, a base hit, as she will go to first and stay there. It's a leadoff single for Kennedy Hobson. Here is Hayden Rockwell. It was the same two Saints in the game yesterday. Sarah Martin pitched all 7 innings. Was an 8-3 win. As the first pitch here to Rockwell is in for a called strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1. The runner on first, that's Hobson. Now with an 0-1 count. Up and delivers it in for a called strike. It's 0-2. Two similar pitches and two exact same calls. Two here to Hayden Rockwell as Martin fires it on the outside. Ball 1. The only teams to defeat Mount Hood this season are Southwest Oregon and Lower Columbia. Did she go? She did not. Ball 2. So 2-2 the count here on Hayden Rockwell. With a leadoff runner aboard. North Idaho looking strong here as that one is dribbled to Martin. She will throw to second, and they will get her as Gina Allen trips over the runner. So the throw will not be made to first, but the Saints have one gone here in the top of the first. So a fielder's choice.
Next up for the Cardinals,
As that will bring up
number 23, third base.
here in the top of the first in the championship game. Korak went 2 for 3 yesterday. She had a home run in the bottom of the 6th as she takes strike 1 down the middle. Oh, 0-1 the count, only one runner aboard, one out here. And the next pitch is dribbled into left. Korak rounds third as Rockwell to second, and everyone stays where they are. Just a base advance, and now the Cardinals have runners on first and second with only one out. Here is Connie Duran. Connie Duran, 2 for 3 yesterday as well. First pitch, dribble to Walker. It bounces away. Throw to first is there for out number 2. Nice save there by Madison Walker to make the throw to first. They do advance the runner second and third, but there's two gone here in the open. Number 15, Katie Vieira. As now the umpires are coming to a discussion whether or not Foreman was off the bag at first. And the call stands. She is out. Call made by first base umpire Katrina Butler.
Call is confirmed.
So Kaylee Vieira drive in a couple of runs for the Cardinals before the third out as she takes ball one outside and the count 1-0. It's 2-0 against the Cardinals this year. 1-0 pitch on the inside, 1-1. One ball, one strike here to Kaylee Vieira. Pitch from Martin, gets away, runner will go home, and she scores. And the first run for the North Idaho Cardinals in the first game. Connie Korok goes to third on the wild pitch from Sarah Martin, and the Cardinals take an early 1-0 lead. 2-1 the count here on Vieira. Wilson on, and it is out of here. Kaylee Vieira with a 2-run shot into right, and the Cardinals spark life early. They lead 3-0.
Two-run home run for number 15 of the Cardinals, Kaylee Vieira.
A 2 by the North Idaho Cardinals as they take an early 3-0 lead over the unbeaten Mount Hood Saints. First pitch on its way. Low on number 12, Emily Schulhauser.
Now batting for the Cardinals,
So the count 1-0.
Emily Schulhauser.
One ball, no strikes. Swing and a miss. 1-1. As that pitch is just a bit low, 2 balls and a strike. Kaylee Vieira with her 19th home run of the year gives the Cardinals the early one. It gives the Cardinals an early 3-0. Is taken high, and the count now 3-1. Not score until late in the game yesterday. They score early here as that one is swung on and missed, and the count full. Three balls, 2 strikes with 2 gone. The pitch down in the dirt. So a out walk, and that'll bring us to number 1, Faith Nichols.
Number 1, Faith Nichols.
As the Cardinals look to add a little bit more here on this 2-out rally. They've already added 3. As that one is taken in for a called strike, it's 0-1. No balls and a strike. The count here on Nick. She dribbles that one foul, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck her out to retire the side.
Strike 3.
So we go to the bottom of the first, but the Cardinals had some runs early as we are at the end of half of one, and it's 3-0 North Idaho.
Heading to the bottom of the first. Cardinals lead it. Leading off for the Saints.
Ava Carroll, Izzy Brockmiller, Madison Walker due up here for the North Idaho facing elimination. Off to a good start here in the title game. They lead the Saints 3-0. They win. We'll have a winner-take-all championship as Ava Carroll swings and misses in the count 0-1. So 0-1 the count here on Ava Carroll, who went 4 for 4 yet. Line running to first, and she is safe. A leadoff bunt for a single for Ava Carroll, and the Saints are off and running.
Correction, foul ball.
No, they called it foul. It was dribbling down the line, and it just went on the other side before it reached third base. So it is a foul ball, 0-2 the count here on Ava Carroll. As she pops that one into the dugout, foul again, and it remains 0-2. Good speed there from Ava Carroll, even if it was. Made it to first by a mile. 0-2 the count. Pitch to Ava Carroll on the outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ava Carroll, of course, had the 3-run in the game yesterday against these North Idaho Cardinals. As she takes the 1-2 outside, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count here on Ava Carroll. Pitch on the way is popped field in foul territory, and coming on to make the catch out in left field is number 2, Solsberg. Sophia Solsberg with the catch for out number 1 here in the bottom of the first.
Now batting for the Saints, catcher number 1, Izzy Brockmiller.
Here is Izzy Brockmiller. As she pops that first pitch over third base, but right to the shortstop who makes the catch, and there's 2 away. Hayden Rockwell at shortstop for the Cardinals. 2 down so far as they have the Saints in a 2-out in the bottom of the first inning. Madison Walker tries to start a little bit of a 2-out rally for the Saints as she takes stairs and the count 1-0. One ball, no strikes. The count here on Madison Walker on the inside. Strike. It's 1-1. North Idaho knows being behind. They trailed 9-0 yesterday against Lower Columbia to win it 11-9. It's only the first inning. It's only a 3-0 lead. As that one got away from the catcher in the count 2-1 here on Madison Walker. Saints have played from behind before. Early. As that one popped into right field, base hit. A 2-out single for Madison Walker, and the Saints have a little bit of life left here in the inning.
shortstop, number 44, Gina.
Gina Allen looks to keep things going here. The momentum here for the Saints still alive. Not out of this inning yet. And the first pitch to her is on the outside, ball one. One ball, no strikes here. Gina Allen down low, 2-0. Saints, of course, in the championship game for the second time in 3. They defeated Bellevue 8-7 up in Spokane in 2022. 2-0 pitch. Down the line, foul, 2-1. North Idaho was part of the Final Four in the tournament last year. They came up short as they ended up losing to Bellevue, who lost to Southwest Oregon. Is out one on the inside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Allen backed away from that one quickly, as now she has a 3-1 count with 2 outs. As she pops that one into it, and another 2-out single for the Saints. It's now Allen to put 2 aboard with 2 down.
Now batting, designated player, number 14, Jasmine Barella.
So now Jasmine Barella looks to perhaps drive in a run here for the Saints before the inning comes to a close. She went 2 for 4 in the game yesterday as she pops that one well over the fence. And the count 0-1. No balls and a strike. The count here on Jasmine Barella on first and second. The pitch up high, 1-1. Madison Walker is the runner on second. Gina 1-1 the count here on Jasmine Barella. And the pitch is popped into right field towards the wall. Out of here! Jasmine Barella has tied it with a 3-run home run. And here in the first, we're knotted at 3. How about that for a 2-out rally? Ties this game at 3 as that brings up Pate as she looks to keep the 2-out rally going. Jasmine Barella. And that one is popped into right, and that one is gone. Foreman gives the Saints the lead 4-3. Back to back as they did in the game against Columbia Basin. And the Saints feeling some momentum here in the championship. Two games in this tournament have had back-to-back home runs. It was Kirk and Jasmine Barella in the game against Columbia Basin, and it's Jasmine Barella and Peyton Foreman here against North Idaho. Who, of course, had a big 3-run home run that sealed the deal yesterday as she takes ball 1 up high. What a start to this championship game. Down 3-0, and the Saints now have a 4-3 lead. Swings and misses, and it's 1-1. Ball and 1 strike, the count here on Brenna Wilson. The pitch is just on the outside edge, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Brenna Wilson, ball. Jasmine Barella with her 15th home run for a 2-out walk to Brenna Wilson. So that'll bring up Jasmine Lara, and a correction there, actually. Jasmine Barella with her 10th home run of the season, followed by Peyton Foreman. And Peyton Foreman hit her 11th of the year. Here is Barella with Wilson on first as she fouls of its own one. Owen won the count here on Jasmine Lara. The pitch in for a strike, 0-2. Saints looking to add a little more here on the 2-out rally. They felt good so far. 0-2 the count here on Lara. And the pitch is popped in. Coming on to make the catch out in center for out number 3. That is number 5, Kostov, as we are at the end of 1. The Cardinals get 3 early, but the Saints, after back to now lead 4-3 as we head to inning number 2.
4-3. We got a good game here, folks.
We do have a good game indeed, Albert. It is a good game. 4-3 is the lead for the Saints, as the 3-run shot from Jasmine Barella tied it, and then right after her, Peyton Foreman, solo shot, both into right field. The one from Barella was almost foul. It was way in right field. Foreman, hers was in right center, closer to center field, but still on the right side. So the Saints now have a 4-3 lead at the end of 1, and now coming up, Idaho Cardinals is Sophia Solsberg, followed by Carly Kostov, and then back to the top of the lineup. Foul ball to start inning number 2 as she tried to go for the bunt, but it was just on the other side of the plate. So the count 0-1 here on Sophia Solsberg. Just was informed, warming up a new pitcher. We might have a pitching change in the next inning. Stay tuned for that. We'll give you more information as that one was fouled. And the count 0-2. Saints lead 4-3. Off the back, home runs, 3-run shot from Jasmine Barella and the solo shot from Peyton Foreman. Cardinals had 3 in the first. They look to add some more here in the second, as the 0-2 is up high for ball 1. One ball and 2 is the count here on Solberg, as she pops that one into the netting again. Foul, and we'll run it back. 1-2 remains the count. One ball and 2 strikes here on Sophia. Sarah Martin in the windup. The pitch is in for a called strike, and she struck her out looking on the outside corner. So 1 away here, as that'll bring up number 5, Carly. Her first appearance in this game. She went 0 for 3 yesterday, as she takes strike 1 down the middle. It's 0-1. 0-1 the count here as she goes for the bunt, and she did go. It's missed. It's 0-2. St. Champions. North Idaho wins this game. There is a second call championship at approximately 1:15. 0-2 pitch outside 1-2. A sparking start here for both teams as Sarah Martin readies a 1-2. Stuff, and it's popped into the glove of Mound. So back to the top of the lineup with number 7, Kennedy Hobson, who had a single back in the first inning. Trying to begin another 2-out rally here for the Cardinals, in which they got 3 runs the last go around. First pitch from Martin is down and in. Both teams feeling good to start this championship game. It's a 1-run game. And the 0-1 for Martin, swing and no balls and 2 strikes to count here on Kennedy Hobson. The pitch outside 1-2. Again, 2 down, 1-2 the count. Next pitch is dribbled into the glove of Jasmine Laura, and she will throw to first. And then 1-2-3 here in the top of the second. And we go to the bottom of the second. Saints get another crack at the bats. They lead 4-3. Hope Burke leads it off here in the bottom. And as I am joined now by my analyst for the championship game, Jake Rowe, as she takes strike 1 down the middle in the count 0-1.
What a game this far. A lot of runs here. Very something you'd expect from a championship game, that's for sure.
0-1 the count here to Burke as she takes strike 2 just on the outside, and it's 0-2.
Oh, this is excellent.
Positioned here in the corner just behind plate on the home side where the Mount Hood Saints are in the dugout. As Hope Burke takes the 0-2 up high for ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes here to Hope Burke. Swing and a miss. Struck her out.
This is a great game here.
Back to the top of the lineup here, Ava Carroll.
Carroll coming off a great game yesterday. Or 2
Yesterday she went 4 for 4. You missed out on that.
Wow, 2 days in a row. 100%.
As she takes the first pitch just inside. Cardinals got 3 early in the first. Saints got 4, and the Cardinals did not add anything in the second. Saints will look to do something here as Carroll fouls the 1-0 into the netting, and it's 1-1.
Do you know what Carroll's record is at the plate for the tournament?
Take a look at her batting average here, as it is 7. Ava Carroll bats a 527
for the tournament,
just overall this season.
Oh,
And the 1-1 is dribbled to 7.
dang. The last game I saw, she hit it. She got on base every single time she came up to hit. So it seems like she's almost perfect for the whole tournament.
The top of the lineup for the Mount Hood Saints has kind of been the most intriguing to watch because they always go for the bunt, see if they go get on base.
Right. Batting.
And Izzy Brockmiller is one of the girls who also likes to go for the bunt. As here, she does not. She takes strike 1 down the middle. It's 0-1.
Patience, patience.
Brockmiller. As the next pitch on the way is just high for ball 1. One count here to Brockmiller. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second as she dribbles out, steps on the bag, and that will end the inning. So the Cardinals went 1-2-3 in the top, and the Saints go 1-2-3 in the bottom half. At the end of 2, it's the 6-4 and the Cardinals 3. Jake, I want to continue a discussion with you of what we had yesterday. Got another source, and of course he's not
Oh no, not
professional or anything like that. He gave his opinion on whether or not the softball is Baden or Baden.
Let's hear it. I hope it's in my favor.
He agrees with me. It is Baden.
That is terrible. That is just terrible.
So again, if you guys have a complaint, Baden, or if you think it's Baden, you can send us of what you think it is. But it's the official tournament softball. I believe it's also the official tournament baseball with the NWAC Baseball Championship going down here at Lower Columbia this weekend. The top 8 teams for the top spot in the NWAC Baseball Conference, and the Saints and Cardinals here battling for the top spot in the softball conference. Again, the Saints win the game. They are champions. North Idaho wins this game. We will have a second winner-take-all elimination championship to decide it.
I think you might be right about the Baden. I think it might be Baden. The more I think about it.
You were not. He was giving his public address. He pronounces it Baden, so that's where I get it from. Sarah Martin fires the first pitch to Hayden Rockwell, and she swings and misses, and the count 0-1. So 0-1 the count here on Hayden Rockwell.
Can you
as she dribbles that one to Jasmine Laura, the throw to first is there, and there's one down.
Can you give me a summary of how Martin pitched yesterday, or is it another pitcher?
Martin pitched the full 7 innings yesterday. She recorded 6 strikeouts. And with Saints only led by 1. As we went to the 7th, they added a few more. Brenna Wilson, of course, with the 3-run home run that pretty much sealed the deals. Connie Korok dribbles that one right back to Martin.
Martin with a quick reaction there. Man, these Mount Hood Saints have a great reaction off these quick hits right to them. Quite a few of them in this tournament thus far.
So Sarah Martin, easy catch, and there's 2 away here in the top of the 3rd. So now that brings up Connie Duran.
Unlucky number 13 here.
Duran grounded out back in one down low, and the count 1-0. So 1 ball in the count here on Duran. Cardinals scored their 3 runs in the first on 2 outs. They try to do something more here. Up high, so the count goes to 2-0. Lots of movement going on here at the fans' bleachers over on the third base side.
A great crowd showing for the championship match. You would expect nothing less.
Yeah. It's so weird. after this pitch here. Is that one? Throw to first, and they go 1, 2, 3 here in the top of the third. I mean, 3 up in the first. They go 1, 2, 3 the next 2 innings. They are at the end of 2.5. Saints still lead 4-3. As I was saying, Jake, I got here pretty early this morning. I wanted to conduct some pregame interviews, and you can my Instagram at HamPDX. I spoke to pitcher Sarah Martin and coach Brittany Hendrickson on going into this championship game. And getting here this morning, it was different to me because, of course, today they're not using fields like they were on Thursday and Friday.
Sure.
I got here yesterday and pretty quiet. I mean, we still had 4 teams remaining yesterday, so parking still pretty full. A couple of the fields were still being used for practice. They just weren't being played on. This is the only field that was remaining after the first field number 5. That was the game between Wenatchee Valley and Lower Columbia. And then the rest of the games take place on this field, the main field with the better scoreboard. Although this field has the worst Wi-Fi connection, as you are probably hearing us cut. We apologize for any lagginess that you might be hearing, but still be here with you for this championship game. And what a game so far, Jake.
Very. As soon as I walked in, I was a hair late. I saw 2 homers just right off the bat.
Madison Walker, who made the third out, is going to lead us off here in the bottom half of the third as the Saints try to add more to their 1-run lead and try not to play a second game. They're trying to win the championship here in game 1. Walker takes ball 1 up high, so the count goes to 1-0.
So the second game would be what?
Second game would be about an hour to 45 minutes at the completion of this one. As Walker hits that one into center, and it is at the wall, and the center fielder collects into the wall. Walker takes to second, and double. She's in there standing. A leadoff double for Madison Walker.
That was almost a homer. If the losing team plays for consolation second place, or
yes, so North Idaho does have a loss because the Mount Hood Saints beat them yesterday. So the Mount Hood Saints still remain unbeaten with the double elimination style tournament. The North Idaho Cardinals win this game. They both have 1 loss, meaning that there is a second game, winner take all.
Wow.
Gina Allen pops one into the netting and back into the glove.
Mount Hood is the only undefeated team remaining.
Mount Hood is the only unbeaten team remaining. And, of course, last year you had Southwest Oregon, who went through the entire tournament unbeaten. They easily won the championship over Clackamas. 1 run for Clackamas was the only run.
Oh, my goodness.
As that one is popped into is there to make the catch. Walker thought about tagging. She does not, and there's 1 away. Going back to your discussion, though, Jake. So they won the elimination game against Lower Columbia. Saints still have not lost, and you have to lose 2 in order to be eliminated. So that's why there would be a second game after this one.
I see. So they do have some cushion here.
If the Cardinals do, in fact, beat the Saints. So, yeah, the Saints do have a game. Jasmine Barella dribbles that one to second. The throw in time, but Madison Walker will take third. And here with 2 outs, that brings up Peyton Foreman.
2 teams here that, clearly you have a allegiance to Mount Hood, but North Idaho also within the state. Where you go to school now?
That is correct. Coeur d'Alene, only about an hour and a half maybe from Moscow, Idaho. As that one will hit
she's walking.
Foreman, as she will take the first. And now the Saints have runners on the corners, as that brings up
an elbow guard right on the elbow there.
Yep. Yesterday, Jake, I mean, it's called softball, but that ball is not soft.
Not soft at all. I'd be very afraid to be hit by that. So, unfortunately, I was a bit late coming here. And also, on Friday when I was able to attend, there was a perfect handicap spot right in front of somebody without their tag parked in the handicap zone.
Oh, no.
So I'm sorry for my tardiness, but
no worries. Well, we, of course, appreciate you coming as we have a meeting at the mound between the head coach and the North Idaho Cardinals, the infield. Outfielders also gather in the outfield and center field. And, of course, Jake, your handicap spot, just because you're recovering from your injury that you suffered back in Moscow. Glad you made it home. Glad you made it here today.
Thank you.
It's always fun to have you around. Basketball.
Thank you. Looking forward to many more years of doing this.
Wilson here with 2 outs, runners on the corners for the Saints. As she takes ball 1 just high, and the count goes to 1-0. Madison Walker is the runner, and Peyton Foreman is the runner on first. Brenna Wilson, of course, had the 3-run shot, as I mentioned earlier yesterday. That pretty much iced it. As she pops that one into the netting, and the count goes to 1-1. You weren't too late, actually, Jake. The game time start was actually first pitch. I was looking at the clock. It came out 11:09 as Brenna Wilson checks 3-1. 2-1, correct.
2-1. Sorry,
2-1. Yep. 2-1 the count here on Brenna Wilson. As she
And
takes
low.
ball 3 down low, and the count goes to 3-1.
Looking to get another runner on here.
I was thinking maybe our fantastic athletic director, Kim Hyatt, was not up the scoreboard, but I was a pitch behind. So it was 2-1. Now it's 3-1 on Brenna Wilson. It's runners on the corners. Next pitch on the way is popped into the netting, foul, and the count full.
Full count here with bases loaded opportunity to get the bases loaded. A lot of pressure.
But Jake, as I mentioned to you the other day, getting the bases loaded here for the Cardinals with 2 outs would not be a bad thing because that would put the force at any base as Wilson takes ball
There
4
it goes.
on the outside, and now the Saints have him loaded.
Huge at bat here. Opportunity to get some runners in here and extend that more than just what it is right now, a single run lead.
Yes, Jasmine Lara, who flew out to center back in the first inning. But of course, we had the bases loaded. The force is at any base. Lara will take ball 1 up high, so the count goes to 1-0 as we start to feel maybe a little few sprinkles here at Delta Park.
I just put my hood on to try and compensate.
Yesterday during the game, as Lara takes ball strike 1
That one was right on the edge.
down the middle, but on that outside edge, like you pointed out, Jake.
Just on the edge.
Looked a little high, but
yeah, but I didn't see. I kind of looked right down the middle to me.
1-1 is popped foul over into the other field.
I think that was a good swing there.
1-2 the count as Johnny Cash and lines make their way over Delta Park, field number 4. Taking off from Portland International Airport.
What flight number is that, Jackson? We look that one up.
As Lara fouls that one, and now it's 1-2.
Well, with all the homers in this game, there's a risk for a flight hazard here, just being next to the airport.
And a grand slam. 0 for 1 so far in this ball game. The 1-2 is popped into the glove at second base. A reaching
An impressive
catch
there.
The catch is made by Emily Schulhauser, and that will end the inning. So the Saints do not add any more as well. We are at the end of 3 here in Portland, and it's the Saints. The
So
Cardinals
close.
3.
Yeah.
I would like to file a complaint officially with me yesterday, Jake,
Sure.
but of course, it was say, and we had an early enough game. It was at 12:30. We won, so it was our only game of the day. It ended probably just before 3 o'clock as I was exiting Delta Park, and I made the horrible decision to turn left to get onto I-5 instead of turning right to go on 99. And I figured,
How long was that ride?
it's Saturday. The traffic on the freeway usually isn't as bad day afternoons. So I thought maybe taking I-5 would be fine. It was complete stall. It took me pretty much 30 minutes from the on-ramp here at Delta Park to the first exit I could take, which was Rosa Parks, and then I ended up taking a bunch of side roads to get home. It took me a little less than 55 minutes to get home.
Wow. What time did you leave here?
Left here just before 3 o'clock, and I got home just before 4. Kaylee Vieira takes ball 1 on the outside to start the 4th inning. As Next pitch on the way is dribbled to short. Throw to first, and there's one down.
Keeping it to first there. Impressive throw.
I saw an article a couple days ago about Portland worst cities to drive in, and now I can see it.
Really? What was that article in?
I believe it was like, I don't know if it was Forbes or some.
Curious. I'll have to check
Emily
that article out.
Schulhauser takes ball one just low, and the count goes.
You know,
to
one
out.
of the best places to drive in America is Moscow, Idaho.
Well, it's such a small town.
Except it's not great for bike riding along the highway.
Yeah, Jake knows all too well about that. As that one is taken for a called strike on the inside, and it's 1-1. Of course, Jake, fortunately, had legs
snapped in half, and then put back together. So we're gonna make a recovery.
But it's amazing how fast you've recovered, as that one is taken for a called strike as well. My number one analyst joining here at the softball tournament. 1-2 pitch is into right
there.
center and towards the wall, rounding first and staying there. Schulhauser and a 1-out single.
Given the depth of that hit there, pretty quick reaction from the outfielder to get it back to second base and hold them off from advancing from first to second. So overall, pretty successful there, given that nice hit.
Faith Nichols is 1 for 2 thus far. She takes strike one down the middle, and the count 0-1. Out here in the top of the fourth. Saints with a 4-3 lead. Pitch is dribbled into left field. That's a base hit. Rounding second goal, Schulhauser. She stays there. And another 1-out single. This time it's Faith Nichols, and the Cardinals have 2 on with only 1 out. They're finding the bats so far here, as they were in the first inning, which gave them the 3 runs. Now they have 2 on with only 1 out. That brings up Sophia Solberg. And she bunts that one foul, and the count 0-1. Solberg 0 for 1. Struck out looking, second inning. Looks to drive in the tying run, perhaps maybe the lead run, with a big power hit here. 0-1 here is bunted. Right. First is there. 2 down.
Nice.
The runners advance second and third.
This is going to be a close one here. Jackson, have you been to Helvetia Tavern on the west side?
I have not.
I think you would thoroughly enjoy it.
Carly Costa lineup. Kennedy Hobson is on deck. She is at the top. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. First pitch offering here from Martin is dribbled into center. A base hit, rounding third, coming home. The throw back to first, gets away. Thought about taking second was Costa. She stays at first. A 2 RBI single here gives the Cardinals the advantage back. They lead 5-4. Back to the top of the lineup, Kennedy Hobson, and a heck of a game we have so far here as she takes ball one. And that one, a nice save there by Peyton Foreman. The ball was getting away from her. A little offhand throw from Izzy Brockmiller at home plate, but the runner stays at first. 1 ball and no strike on Hobson as she takes ball 2 in the dirt. The count. Cardinals have just taken the lead back 5-4 as that one is taken high upstairs, and it's 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes to count here on Hobson. As she takes ball 4. 2-out walk will put runners on first and second here. Hayden Rockwell.
Next up for the Cardinals, shortstop, number 10, Hayden Rockwell.
Rockwell, who was safe appearance with the fielder's choice. As now we have a meeting at the mound between Sarah Martin and Izzy Brockmiller.
Probably going over their pitch selection. Important at that coming up here.
Cardinals have added 2 here in the top of the 4th, and they now have a 5-4 lead.
Izzy Brockmiller seems like the big leader of this team, obviously as a catcher, playing that role, keeping her teammates in check.
First pitch offering here to Rockwell, a pulled away bunt, but it's in for a called
Looks
strike.
like
It's
a
0-1.
strike.
Two outs, top of the 4th. Runners first and second. Pitch is popped into center field. Ava Carroll's on, and she's got it!
What a catch! Over the fence! Diving catch. What a game so far. Excitement.
Ava Carroll made the catch and then tripped over the fence.
Man.
She goes down on the other side, but got up very quickly, put both her arms up in the air, celebrating with her teammates, and that will retire the side. But the Cardinals add 2 more as we head to the bottom of the 4th. They lead at 5-4.
Catch, man. That is absolutely spectacular. That one.
So the Saints tried to retake the lead here as they gave it up in the top half of this inning. And like you said, Jake, and we'll say it again, this has been a great game so far. Of course, the championship game last year between Clackamas, Southwest Oregon, that was 6-1. So not necessarily of games. Of course, we weren't here, so maybe it was a
bit closer throughout most of the game.
Yeah, and then maybe Southwest Oregon pulled away. I don't have the box score from that game. All I know is the result is Southwest Oregon did defeat Clackamas in that championship game. That was a battle of both Southern Division teams. Here in the championship this year, we have North versus South with North Idaho. And I'm sorry, East versus South with North Idaho and Mount Hood. 2 championships ago, it was North versus South with Bellevue and Mount Hood.
So what was...
Hope Burke pops it up into left field, and that one could be trouble in the sunlight, but it's not. It's short, and there's one gone.
What was the result of Southwest performance this year?
Taking a look at the Southwest Oregon Lakers, they did not perform as well as they did in years past. Ava Carroll, top of the lineup. Doesn't seem sore from that catch.
Spectacular catch, really. Got to be one of their better players, given that she's in and made a huge catch there.
As she takes ball outside, and the count goes to 1-0. 1-0 count as Carroll pops that one into the netting, and it's 1-1. Southwest Oregon, they were the number 3 seed in the Chemeketa 10-2, but then lost to Wenatchee Valley 8-4. That was a heck of a game too on this field. Just caught the tail end of that as Carroll takes ball 2 just a bit high, and the count goes to 2-1. So Southwest Oregon went into an elimination game where they defeated Douglas 6-1 and then defeated Edmonds 2-1, and then they lost to Lower Columbia 16-8 as Carroll pops that one foul, and the count goes 2-1. So the Lakers came close. They lost to Lower Columbia, who lost to North Idaho, who is currently playing in the championship game. So from champions to being eliminated just a couple games before. We will have a new champion this year in the NWAC as Carroll swings and misses the down.
Strike 3. Now batting for the Saints, catcher, number 1, Izzy Brockmiller.
Brock Miller is 0 for 2 so far with fly out and a ground out. Tries to spark a rally here for the Mount Hood Saints. As she takes strike one down the middle, it's 0-1. Saints had back-to-back home runs in the first inning, not scored since. As Brock Miller hits one into center, back towards the wall, and it's into the glove at center field again.
What a catch there, really.
Another, and that one is made by Carly Costa. She did not trip over. She did go into the fence, but that will end the inning. So the Saints, unfortunately, cannot take the lead back. But Jake, there's still plenty of game to play.
Yeah, almost an identical spot to the last hit on the last play by Ava Carroll, but not quite as big of a dive there, obviously.
We are at the end of 4 here on Field 4 at Delta Park. The score: North Idaho.
Heading to the top of the Cardinals lead it.
New people here for the Saints. It's number 28, Bella Carrazzo. So Sarah Martin, after pitching the complete game against North Idaho yesterday, a score of 5-4. Again, they have to win, keep their hopes alive at a championship.
So I'm curious, if this is the championship match, and North Idaho has lost to Mount Hood already. Mount Hood has already got quite the advantage over North Idaho. Why isn't another team in? North Idaho has beat the other contenders?
Yes, North Idaho, the other ones is.
I see.
Leading off is Connie Korok, and she takes ball one just on the inside, almost hit her, and the count now 1-0.
What was the score between these two teams?
8-3 was the win for Mount game.
Got it.
As the 1-0 pitch to Korok, it's foul, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
1 ball, 1 strike on Connie Korok. Leadoff batter here in the top of the 5th. From Carrazzo is popped into the netting again and foul, so the count goes to 1-2. Korok 1 for 2 thus far with a single and a ground out. Again, she went yesterday with that home run in the 6th inning before Mount Hood came in the 7th. And
what high school did Ava Carroll go to?
Perhaps they try to do the same here today as the 1 outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Jackson, can I check a high school with you for one of these players?
Sure, you may.
Ava Carroll, which high school did she go to attend?
Let's take a look here at the stats here. 5'4" freshman from Canby High School.
Canby, okay.
As the 2-2 is popped into the netting, and so we'll do it again, and the count remains 2-2. She is the only player on the team from Canby. As Carrazzo readies the next pitch, it's 2-2. The count here on clock. And that one is just outside, off the glove of Brock Miller. Luckily for the Saints, nobody is on base. And the count now full. Five for the lead for the Cardinals. Saints defense trying to get and retake their advantage. 3-2 pitch from Carrazzo is into center
Hit
field,
there.
and that one is dropping
Oh,
into the
what a
glove.
catch!
But they say it hit the ground. No, it didn't. It went into her glove for out number one. It was close. There was a delayed reaction from the umpire. It seemed at first it may have popped out of her glove, but it stayed in there, and
Holy
there's one
cow.
away.
Two of the best catches I've seen from the same player in back-to-back innings. I can't believe it.
Ava Carroll running on, making the catch, as that'll bring up Connie Duran.
That was spectacular.
With one out here in the top of the fifth. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Ava Carroll with a catch over the fence, and now coming in from center field to make another stellar catch. She's been for this team so far. 0-1 the count here. Duran takes ball one high and outside, so the count goes to 1-1. Saints, who had a 4-3 lead after being down 3-0, now trail 5-4 with one out here in the top of the fifth and a 1-1 count. Carrazzo fires it, and that one is outside, 2-1. Sun trying to make an appearance here at Delta Park.
It is a fairly nice day today. Just a few, about 35, 40% clouds, but quite sunny otherwise.
2-1 in the dirt. I was informed that today it was supposed to be overcast all day.
Well,
but I don't know if the sun is going to stay out for long. I think those clouds look like they're going to move in, especially if you look to the west side. There's some more clouds coming.
It's true. They are moving quite slow, though, so
hopefully we'll be done with this game before maybe it starts raining, although it's not supposed to, as that one is popped up into foul territory. Foreman back. Foreman's got it!
Oh, into the camera, man. What a catch. In the last couple innings here, pretty impressive.
Peyton Foreman in foul territory right at the gets out number 2. Ava Carroll and Peyton Foreman. What? Kaylee Vieira looks to keep for the Cardinals. As she takes the first pitch outside for ball 1.
Oh, tough luck there.
Just a little bit. Carrazzo, who pitched 5 innings in the first game against Yakima Valley and pitched a complete game in the second game Thursday night against Columbia Basin, fires the 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
Remind me, I have a discussion point for a off-topic discussion for in between innings.
A discussion that should be interesting, and well, with 2 outs, we might get to it here pretty quick. We'll see what happens with Kaylee Vieira as she takes ball 2 just a bit up high. Saints trail 5-4, trying to get the defense off the field. Have not scored since that 4. Carrazzo readies a 2-1 pitch as that one is popped foul, hitting the net, and the count goes 2-2. So now 2 balls and 2 strikes. 5th. Cardinals looking to force a nation game. Saints looking to win it here in just 1. Still plenty of game to go. Carrazzo readies. 2-2. Dribbled on the ground. Laura's got it. The throw to first is there, and that will retire the side. So the Cardinals do not add anything more. They go 1, 2, 3 in the top half of the 5th. Get to see the Saints once again try to retake the lead. They are down by at the end of 4.5.
Spectacular.
And now we are in between innings. Jake, your discussion topic.
Good chance here to do something. Hopefully, get back the lead here. But so if you look to right field, just foul. Lights are up high there, and they have actually a nest, quite a big bird's nest up at the top. And I'm curious what you think kind of bird that is. We are near Heron Lakes here. I don't think herons quite get that high. I'm very curious what you seem to think about that.
You know, that's an interesting question, and I'll answer this to you and our 7 viewers currently. Again, thank you all for tuning in. You're the reason we do this. But going back to your Jake, I just want to say it could be a heron because you said they don't like to get that high, but it's not really that high.
All right.
The light stand may be just as high as one of the trees, and of
That's
course
fair.
they would probably nest in one of the trees as well, but maybe they just choose the light stand because maybe it's more like that.
I
I'm
don't
not
know
sure.
anything about birds, so I have no clue.
She takes strike one down the middle. It's 0-1.
Let's see what they can do here. Walker had some action here in the last few games as well.
Madison Walker is 2 for 2. It dribbles that one into left field for a
Nice.
base hit as she will get to first. Going to lead off single to start the 5th for the Saints. Madison Walker represents the tying run as now that brings us to Gina Allen. She did have a home run in this tournament already in the game against Yakima Valley. She represents the lead run as she bunts for the first pitch.
Got
First
the
is
runner.
there, and now the throw to second will not be made as Madison Walker makes it to second on the sacrifice bunt from Gina Allen.
Productive at bat. Runner on second.
Madison Walker is the runner on second. That brings up Jasmine Barella, who, of course, back in the first inning had the home run as she in the dirt, and that will allow Madison Walker
stealing this third. This is great news for the Saints here.
To take third in the count 1-0 here in a base hit.
Opportunity for a force out. This is huge for them.
Saints looking to get this game even at 5 here in the 5th. Trying to win their second NWAC in 3 seasons as that one is into the glove at center field. Or not center field, sorry, shortstop. The catch, the catch made there.
Maybe one of the lineouts, maybe one of the hardest lineouts we've seen.
Hayden Rockwell makes the catch at shortstop as that'll bring up Peyton Foreman. And Peyton Foreman had a solo shot back that gave the Saints a 4-3 lead. Madison Walker is 60 feet away as that one's just on the outside for ball 1.
That one's certainly on the outside there.
Five for the lead for the Cardinals, but Madison Walker. The left field base hit.
And one's going home.
Madison Walker comes in to tie the game.
You know, although North Idaho has lost their previous matchup, these teams seem to be very well matched here in the both teams have 6, or actually now I suppose Saints have 7 hits, but still tied at 5-5. This is a good game.
Brenna Wilson will look to maybe change something about that. She had a home run in the game against the Cardinals yesterday as she pops that one into the left field. That one back towards the wall in the sun, and the catch is going to be made for out number 3. So that is made by Sophia Solberg in left field at the end of 5. It's the Cardinals and the Saints all knotted at 5.
Oh.
Emily Schulhauser will lead things off here to start the 6th inning, with the Saints and the Cardinals knotted at 5 as she takes ball, and the count goes to 1-0. Some championship game we have so far. 5-5 tie. 2 innings to go, maybe extras as that one is taken. Just ball 2. So the count goes to 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. The count here on Schulhauser. Batter here in the top of the 6th. Next offering is popped foul, and it's 2-1.
Can I ask what?
3 balls and 1 strike. The count on Schulhauser. Next pitch in for a strike, and the count is full. Cardinals and Saints are all squared at 5. After 5, here in inning 6. Cardinals need to win. As that one is taken in, called strike 3, 1 down. And Jake, I want to mention something too, is I don't think we have had this umpire at home plate before for any of our games. Chad Smith is the umpire behind the plate, but the umpires that we've had in our game so far, they seem to favor that inside corner.
Yeah, I mean, did we not have him?
I don't remember.
They all look pretty similar. So
that one to Nichols is outside for ball 1. So 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Cardinals looking to retake the advantage. Second game. 1-0 pitch in for a strike, and it's 1-1. Two more innings, perhaps extras, perhaps the second game. We don't know. Saints win this one. They are champions. North Idaho wins. Sets up a winner-take-all elimination game. 1-1 up high. 2 balls, 1 strike. The intensity of this game is building. 2-1 the count here on Nichols. Carrazzo, next offering, popped. Out of play, 2-2. Stepping out of the batter's box is Faith Nichols, and now she steps back in, and Carrazzo goes back into the circle, ready to 2 with 1 gone here in the 6th inning. Carrazzo's next offering, swing and a miss, and there's 2 away. Jake, I want to ask a question because I don't know if you would know, or I don't understand why there is a. Now it just changed. On the top of the scoreboard, there's like a clock, and it says that's supposed to represent like time or something, but I don't know what that is. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Yeah. That brings up Sophia Solberg.
I've been curious about that too. It's been changing throughout the game, so I'm not sure what that clock means.
And it was at 1, now it's at 2. We did just have batters 1 and 2, so maybe it also represents the number of the batter. But it says at bat on the left side of the scoreboard.
Oh, maybe. Let's see if it changes with it.
Yeah, we'll see if we have a next batter here for the Cardinals if it changes to that same number. 1-0 pitch is outside, 2 balls and no strikes.
I think it might be that because it definitely was a lot higher when Martin was up pitching.
Yeah, but then why would they have that when they have the at bat on the left side of the scoreboard? Why would they need it 2 times? I don't know. 2 balls and no strikes with 2 gone here in the top of the 6th. Next offering from Carrazzo. For a called strike, and like we mentioned, Jake, it's that inside corner that they like to call.
Yeah, it's just harder to see for them, I think.
And I think I asked you this the other day too, but like a pitch like that, how are you supposed to hit that? Because that's so close to hitting you.
It's true. You really have to manipulate your.
You kind of like have to do a little bit of a swing. 2-1 pitch, and swing and a miss.
Clearly, Jackson. Jackson has some experience with baseball, but I have 0. So this is softball under my belt eventually, but this is about as much as experience as I have.
2-2 the count here on Faith Nichols as Carrazzo readies again. The pitch. Outside, and the count is full. On stuff. So if we get to Carly, we'll see if that number on the top of the scoreboard. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch is swing and a miss. And that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals in the top of the 6th. As we come to bat, could they potentially give themselves a championship potential with a couple of runs here in the bottom of the 6th? We find out. We are through 5.5. Are all squared at 5. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Cardinals. It's number 16, Jalen Christensen. As I realized that I should say in the circle. On the mound is more of a baseball term, I believe.
Yeah, there isn't much of a mound here for softball.
So the softball uses a circle and baseball uses a mound. And I think it is the number, Jake, because now it says 20 and Jasmine Lara is number 20.
Yep, 20th at bat.
But I don't know why you have that when you have the at bat on the left side of the scoreboard. I don't know why you need it twice.
More visible. I don't know.
Ball 1 is in the dirt as that one gets away. And Saints potentially could add some insurance and be 3 outs away from a championship. But it all starts on balls here in a 5-5 game. Lara with a 1-0 count. Pitch on the way. Side, ball 2. And that is actually a shock, Jake. That wasn't called a strike. That was on that inside edge.
Wow.
It's been called for strikes before, but not there. And the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 6th. Hope Burke follows her. And that one is taken down low, but called for a strike, and it's 2-1. Over here on the third base side are not happy about that one.
Absolutely.
This is the time the battle tightens up a little bit. Bottom 6, Lara down low, 3-1.
There you go. That almost pulled the last pitch, so definitely some questionable calling there, as the crowd will let you know.
I should have asked you between innings, but what are your thoughts on the robot umpires?
I think I'm a big fan of human error in the game. I think that's a part of sport.
3-2. One has popped up out of play, so now it's 3-2.
Certainly not a fan of, to be honest with you. Although, some people like accuracy, so.
Well, I would say, I think, of course, the Major League Baseball to kind of speed up games.
I am a fan of the pitch clock. I think that's great. So
the count is full here on Jasmine Lara. The pitch is down low. Ball 4. Leading run is aboard.
Now the opportunity to put somebody in.
So here is Hope Burke. 0 for 2 so far with a strikeout and a line out to shortstop.
They're going into the 7th inning. They could shut it out.
Win a championship for the second time in 3 seasons. But it all depends on what here in the next couple of moments. First pitch to Hope Burke is taken for the bunt for strike 1, so the count goes to 0-1. Hope Burke is the last batter in the lineup. Ava Carroll is on deck. Just the second batter here in the lineup in the 6th inning.
Ava Carroll in that spot to take the lead. You know, that's the person you want at bat and at home.
Hope Burke now with an 0 count as she pops that one way into left field, but it's going to get out of play and foul, and the count 0-2. Might have had the distance if it was a fair ball.
I was going to say.
She just got a little bit. I don't think it went on to field 3, but it was pretty close. Leadoff batter is aboard, or leadoff run is aboard, Jasmine Lara. Next pitch to Burke, swing and a miss, and there's one down.
I think that was right down the middle there.
That is a key out for the Cardinals. And also they keep Lara from taking second.
Number 7, Ava Carroll.
Ava Carroll. She is 0 for 3 so far. Looks to try to bring the spark back as she
Way
takes
high.
1 up high.
And outside, probably.
And the call goes to 1-0. The 7th inning is going to be tight. Will we go to the 7th inning tied, or will the Saints be 3 outs away? Only 1 out. Carroll up high, ball 2.
Izzy Brockmiller on deck. If we can get 2 runners on, this will be in great position.
Gina Allen, the next up. 1 on, 1 out. Bottom 6. Carroll pops it foul, and it's 2-1. She got a good look at it.
Yeah, she sure did.
Did not get the spot to get it in fair play. The Saints looking at a title and to remain unbeaten. Carroll 2-1. Outside 3 ball strike.
Here we go. 3-1. 1 out.
We've seen this before, Jake. A 3-1 count with 1 out.
Sure have. The opportunity to take the lead and win the game.
As Carroll now dribbles it to the pitcher, lost it, and now the throw is not going to be there. Ava Carroll makes it to first, and only 1 out remains with 2 on. Carroll makes it to first on the error by the pitcher. She could not get the ball out of her jersey to flip it up. It was just a little too late, and Ava Carroll makes it to first, and Jasmine. And now the Saints are a base hit away from taking the lead. Runner for Jasmine Lara. And it's number 12, Kaylee Davis. Brockmiller will try to drive in the lead run and pretend winning run. Still only 1 out.
Costly error there from the pitcher. That could be what changes the tide of this game.
Brockmiller is also 0 for 3 so far in this game, so she looks to change that up as she takes strike 1 down the middle. It's 0-1.
She likes to stay patient and take that first pitch.
Might she go with a bunt here, Jake?
I mean, it wouldn't be too bad of an idea, but we'll see.
0-1 the count here on Brockmiller. Next pitch offering is popped. Here's the throw, and that one is there for out number 2. So
here we go.
The runners do advance second and third, but now there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th as that brings up Madison Walker.
A ground ball would be great here. just to get a runner in.
Will we go to the 7th tide? Will we have maybe a 1 or 2 run Saints lead, as now we have a meeting at the mound? Head coach Shay Chapman for the Cardinals coming out. Fielders going to convene with each other as well. A lot of pressure here for the Cardinals to get out of this inning. What a game, Jake. What a game.
What a game. As soon as I walked in, first inning, 7 total runs between the two teams. Spectacular. A lot of action early on.
It was Kenzie Kosmicki 2 years ago in the championship against Bellevue, drove in what turned out a 7 win against the Bellevue Bulldogs. And that was the last time the Saints appeared in the championship game. Might they get some runs here? Madison Walker, 2 for 2. Can she keep the streak going and potentially give the Saints enough? As she takes strike 1 down low, but right down the plate, and the count 0-1. Very stressful at bat, and we're just in it. And you guys listening are just listening. Walker pops it into left field, back towards the wall. It's gone! It's gone! What a hit! Madison Walker, 3-run homer. Saints 8, Cardinals 5. Could that be enough to win the championship?
Now that is exactly what they needed.
Walker 3 for 3, and she might have just sealed it. 8-5 in the bottom of the 6th. What a hit. What a game. This is going to be a heck of a finish. The fans loving it. Gina Allen tries as she pops it into the netting. Foul, it's 0-1. Madison Walker. That could have done it. Her 15th home run this season. As Allen takes on the count here on Gina Allen. And now the Saints are 3 outs away. Once this inning is over. 1-1. Up high, 2-1.
High and outside.
The celebration from the Mount Hood dugout to join Madison Walker at home plate. 2-1 to Allen. Up high, 3-1. Cardinals will be down to their last 3 outs, but first they do have 2 outs. The pitch. In for a called strike, and the count now full.
Good pitch there, really.
Just one right down the middle. Eight, 5. Saints lead. Allen, 3-2. Dribble to first, and that will end the inning. So a quick to first base as tagging the bag is not rock, and that will end the inning. But Madison Walker may have given the Saints their 2nd title in 3 seasons. They are 3 outs away. It's 8-5 after 6.
Heading to the top of the 7th. Saints lead it 8-5.
The Mount Hood Saints are 3 outs away from their second championship in 3 seasons. The Cardinals is the first of the last breath that they have here as she takes strike one down the middle, and the fans are loving it. Jake, you can feel the pressure and the intensity building. The momentum has shifted very much towards the Saints. 0-1. Outside, 1-1.
Oh, tough call there.
Bella Carrazzo still in the circle.
Now batting for the Cardinals, Charlie Costa.
Carrazzo with a 1-1. Lifted, popped up. Walker calling down.
He's got it. 2 more to go, and that's a championship.
2 more to go. Back to the top of the order, Kennedy Hobson. The Saints are getting ready to celebrate a second title in 3 seasons. And that one is just low and outside.
Wow.
Ball 1.
Just barely. Just barely outside.
One ball and no strikes. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. One and one with 1 away. The Saints are 2 outs from being the champs. Check swing, appeal, no swing. 2 balls, 1 strike.
They really want these outs here. You can feel it.
They want it. They want it. They've worked hard. 2-1. Just low, 3-1.
Man, they're not giving it to them.
Cardinals
They're going to have to work for it here.
still have a last gasp of breath. But they got to get something quick. 3 balls, 1 strike to Kennedy Hobson. Popped out of play, and the count is full. The Saints with an out in the top of the 7th and a 3-run lead. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Kennedy. Carrazzo sets, fires, popped into left center, and that's going to be a base hit as Ava Carroll makes the play. And so now the Cardinals have a runner aboard with 1 down.
Clutch hit there. Full count. Very clutch.
A 1-out single for Kennedy Hobson. Hayden Rockwell will try to continue the momentum. The Cardinals have been gifted from Kennedy Hobson with could very much end it as well with a double play. The pitch in for a called strike, and it's 0-1. The Saints, a fantastic team all season long. Played North Idaho once before the tournament. The 1-1 is just outside. I'm sorry, 1-1 now the count. Okay, it was 0-1. So now it's 1-1. A double play could win the championship. but a home run could bring it to within one. In one pitch, popped out of play, and that one's going to get out. It's 1-2. The Saints are trying to finish this game. They're so close. One ball and two strikes, the count here on Hayden Rock. The infield is ready, and Carrazzo as the throw will not be made back to first as the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cardinals had a 37-game winning streak. Came into this tournament strong, had not lost since the game against Mount Hood in Pasco. They win their first 3 as that one is dribbled down the line, foul, and the count remains 2-2.
Another one of those like B-17 planes going over here. Big old boys.
Another big boy here. 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count here on Hayden Rockwell. Carrazzo takes a little bit of time and now steps back into the circle. The dugout is rallying. The fans are stressing out. 2-2 pitch, dribbled. Here's the throw to first, and it's there.
Out.
There's 2 down.
Just one more, and the championship is theirs.
They advance the runner to second, but it's only 1, and the Saints are up by 3.
For the Cardinals, third base.
Connie Korak. She had the home run late in the game yesterday. She is the final leg for the Cardinals in the Saints. Hey, everyone's ready. And the pitch just outside.
Just barely. Could have been a strike.
It's so wild to think that one pitch will end the championship. 1-0 on Korak. Up high, 2 balls, no strikes.
Struggling to find the box here.
Those of you at home listening or wherever you are, this is the moment that we have been anticipating. 2-0 with 2 outs. No.
Golly, that one could have been called.
Everything these teams went through, the games, practices, and now this tournament. With Idaho down to their last out. Carrazzo fires. Walk. So now the tying run comes to the plate. It's Connie Duran.
Now batting for the Cardinals. Number 13, Corinne Duran.
Runners on first and second. Kennedy Hobson is the runner on second. And Connie Korak is the runner on first. Trying to seal it as Carrazzo fires. Outside, ball 1. The Saints start the season with Hell Week. But pretty soon it could be all be worth it. 1-0. In for a strike. It's 1-1. Saints 8, Cardinals 5. The 3-run shot from Madison Walker. Is it enough? 1-1. Outside, just on that edge. It's 2-1. Not sure how the fans next to us, Jake, are going to react. Be on their feet, splashing beverages everywhere. But we are an out away from finding out. 2-1 pitch. Outside 3-1. Brock Miller has a word with pitch Carrazzo.
Brock Miller trying to hyper pitcher up here to finish the game, close out this championship.
3-1. Right corner, and now they're a pitch away.
A full count and a pitch away from a championship.
The bleachers rattling. The fans are ready. 3-2. Everything this team has worked for in one pitch. The 3-2. And that is ball 4. The bases are loaded. And a big sigh of relief. Brittany Hendrickson comes out to the pitching circle.
This is crazy. The entire crowd thought that was a championship.
And oh my God, Jake, this is just this is torture. We're waiting.
Could have gone either way on that pitch there. Every person in the bleachers on Mount Hood side thought that was the game.
Chad Smith, the home plate umpire, had called that a strike before, but not there. Back to the dugout. And Kane's on the mound, trying to finish it. It's Kaylee Vieira. But now, Jake, for the Saints, the force is at any base.
That's right. And it could be game.
That could very much do it.
North Idaho needs a homer here.
Here's the first offering, and it's outside for ball 1. Wow. Outs. 8-5 Saints. Kayla trying to keep the season alive for the Cardinals. Carrazzo ready. The pitch. Popped up. It is caught. And the Saints have. Gina Allen makes the catch. And for the second time in 3 seasons, the Mount Hood Saints are your 2024 NWAC champions.
Spectacular.
They mobbed the pitch at the pitcher circle. The Mount Hood Saints, everything that they have worked hard, every single practice, every single game. And they now have their second title in. What a game. Sarah Martin started the game. Bella Carrazzo comes in to finish it. Leave the bases loaded. And the Mount Hood Saints have won the 2024 NWAC Softball Championship Tournament. They defeat the North Idaho Cardinals 8-5. And they are 3 Cardinals this year. They defeated them 8-6 back on March 9th. And they defeat them 8-3 in yesterday's game. It's wild to think, Jake, that Mount Hood defeated North Idaho all 3 times, scoring 8 runs.
Seriously. There.
Presentation is coming up shortly. We will join it live with public address announcer Albert Hensley. Game.
Now that was a nail biter for sure. And, a lot of excitement, a lot of runs. You couldn't ask for anything more from a championship game.
8-3 against Yakima Valley. 4-0 against Columbia Basin. And now they defeat North Idaho twice. They had a game Friday, I should say, against Wenatchee Valley. They won. And North Idaho, they defeat 8-3 and 8-5. And the Mount Hood Saints, 2024 NWAC champions. We are waiting moments on public address announcer Albert Hensley for the post game and celebration here at Delta Park. The NWAC director, Allie Young, out there setting up the signs, setting up everything to celebrate the championship for the Mount Hood Saints, as both teams in their respective outfields in a huddle. And the final message, as now we go live. I thought we were going live at least. I guess we'll wait a few more moments for public address announcer Albert Hensley. What a game this was. Saints, for the second time in 3 seasons, have won it, defeating Bellevue in 2022 and defeating North Idaho here in 2024. Saints still battling in the outfield and left field. As we await more. And the North Idaho Cardinals make their way back to the dugout. A fantastic season that comes up a game short. As the North Idaho Cardinals of 44 and for the Mount Hood Saints, they finish with a record of 45-4 and a championship top. 8-5 your final. Spoke to Coach Hendrickson, pitcher Sarah Martin before the game. They were both very confident going into this game. They both said it was a team effort, and they worked hard as a team to get where they are now. Mount Hood now makes their way back onto the field. As now they address their applauding fans. A proud season. And they have won it all in 24. To public address announcer, Albert Hensley.
All right, fans. At this time, please welcome Spencer Stark, Edmonds College Athletic Director and Softball Committee Chair, to present all of our trophies. All right. Finishing second in the 2024 championship with a record of 44-4 are the North Idaho Cardinals. All right, we'd like to acknowledge the Cardinals all tournament players. Number 10, Hayden Rockwell. Number 13, Corey Durant. Number 20, Christine Schmidt. And number 23, Connie Cora. All right, fans, how about one more hand for the North Idaho? Congratulations on a great season. All right, fans, we'd now like to present the individual plaques to the champions, the Mount Hood Saints. All right, number 1, Izzy Brockmiller. Number 3, Lizzie Brockmiller. Lily Bravo. Number 5, Brenna Wilson. Number 8, 7, Ava Carroll. Number 9, Sarah Era Martin. Macy Tovar. Number 11, Hope Burke. Kaylee Davis. Naturel Perez. Jasmine Barella. Camille Schmidt. Clarissa Howard. Olivia Elrod. Julia Jordan. Jasmine Lara. Number 26, Peyton Foreman. Bella Carrazzo. Mariah Frederick. Madison Walker. Gina Allen. Maggie Bryan. All right, we've got some all-tournament players. Sarah Martin. Jasmine Barella. Madison Walker. And Bella Carrazzo. And now the Charlotte York MVP Award goes to Ava Carroll. And now introducing your 2024 NWAC softball champions, the Mount Hood Saints. The NWAC coaching staff of the year goes to Brittany Hendrickson. And assistant coaches, Taylor Gould, Kayla Grahn, and Ryan Snowadsky. And once again, let's hear it for your champion, Mount Hood Saints. All right, fans, thanks so much. See you drive home safely. We'll see you next year.
West Athletic Conference champions. They defeat the North Idaho Cardinals by a final of 8-5. Jake, and one heck of a championship.
Yeah.
Just
spectacular.
overall.
That was awesome. Just awesome. This game started off hot and finished hot. There's not much more, again, you can ask for in a championship game.
Well, the Mount Hood Saints are your 2024 champions here at Delta Park. For Jake Rowe, I'm Jackson Hanlon. Thanks so much for listening to the 2024 NWAC Championship Softball Tournament live from Delta. And congratulations to the Mount Hood Saints on a hell of a season.